So here we are today, guys, with Kurtis Cook, the General Manager of the leather repair company in Hull. We're going to be talking to Kurtis today about his vision for the future of the business, what his favourite car is, and his hobbies, and what he's found the most interesting thing so far since he's been here in the last few weeks in the business. So we're going to get right on over to the interview any second. So Kurtis, how are you doing today? Introduce yourself. Give us a little bit about you.
My name's Kurtis Cook, I'm 19. Been here about 3.5 months. General manager. Currently learning everything. Really, and it's really interesting to find out everything that goes on. You don't realise how much.
Yeah, there's a lot involved, isn't there? Really,
more than I'd ever imagined. Put it that way.
Yeah, it's not a matter of just making a few products and chucking a few chemicals in a pot and making a paint and everything else. So yeah, it's the manufacturing side of it. There's a lot more involved to it, and I think it's more the pressure, isn't it? The stress of I mean, it's like people don't realise. They sort of look behind the scenes and they see us with this huge company. And we're not really a huge company, but they see this company that's all around the world, and they don't realise the sort of struggles behind the scenes that we go through. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've seen that. I've had my ups and down days. Yeah. And it can just be the simplest little thing that can just throw a million things out of proportion. It's amazing. One simple thing can just stop the whole production of stuff and just throw it into complete cyberspace, and everything's gone mad. One little thing can go wrong. Yeah. It's just amazing, isn't it? It's just simple little things. One little drop of something too much, and it's like, oh my god, bin it, start again. You know what I mean? It's just and it's got to bin it and start all over again. So I love the manufacturing side. Have you found that really interesting, making all the products and stuff?
Yeah, I have. Learning what chemicals go into what and how it does it it intrigues me. Yeah. So like making a vinyl clean, you won't think what goes into it actually goes into it. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
It is really weird.
Yeah. People are. They don't just realise. There's a lot more to it than just banging a few bits in a pot. Yeah. You've got to get the formulations right and everything else. So it is a lot more intense and difficult than what it is.
It's fun though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's very fun.
Yeah, it's very funny. Yeah, we try to have a laugh, and that's what it's like. If you don't like the job, don't do it. It's very simple. Find something you love and you enjoy. So I absolutely love this, and being into leather is brilliant. Not that kind of way, obviously, but just being involved with it, repairing it, it's all it's absolutely great. But we won't go into your weekend things, but that's another story. So tell us, what is your favourite car? Do you have a favourite?
I don't have a particular favourite, but a brand I do. Austin Martin's always been kind of intriguing to me, because you look at the old cars and you look at the advanced cars, and the amount that's changed is absolutely stunning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like you look at the Vantage, the Austin Martin Vantage, and it's just a super car. But you go back to like the DB5, DB6s, you just look at them like that is a classic car.
Yeah. They're absolutely stunning. Yeah. They're totally different today. It's absolutely amazing. It's like one of my favourite cars has always been the Maserati Quattroporte, which I've got, and it's such an amazing car, but it hardly gets driven, because I just sit and admire it in the garage. It's one of those things. It's a shame really, but I just love it, and it's just the sound of that engine. It's the purr of that bloody great big V8 thing that it's got under that bonnet, that Ferrari engine, and it's just that roar and that purr. There's nothing else quite like that sound. Yeah, it puts a smile on my face, all right, that's for sure. Just starting it up in the garage makes me smile. So it's amazing. Tell me, hobbies, do you have any?
I used to play quite a bit of sport, like rugby. Not anymore. I don't know why, it's just you lose interest in things. A bit of gaming every now and then. Other than that, I like chilling home for now and then. That's all.
Just relaxing with friends.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit of mental state. You get out, a bit of fresh air.
Yeah.
Even walking, I like walking quite a lot.
Yeah. Kick the ball around.
Don't sound sad.
No.
It's not good for you.
No, there's better things to do in life than just sat cooped up in a house.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Don't waste time.
Yeah. No, you can't waste time. Life's too short. You never know when your time's up. So it's. But yeah, it's gaming. It's not my thing. Never got into it. Killing people on a computer game or whatever. Shooting tanks and stuff like that. So it's. There's quite a few people that enjoy it. It's not. I wouldn't say it's not my thing. I've never got involved with it, so I wouldn't really know.
Yeah, I've tried it too.
So yeah, I've done the odd few games on my phone and stuff like that, but it's not like a thing where I get like some people are absolutely hooked on games.
They sit inside 24/7.
Oh yeah. It's Chris, my eldest daughter's boyfriend. Chris loves gaming, and I mean he's always forever shooting Roger and Ted or whatever they are, and, you know, man from Cyber and stuff like that. So it's to me it's not my thing, but he absolutely loves it. I mean he's you know he's obviously with his business that he's got. He's done quite well because he makes like gaming boards and stuff for people as well, the laser cutting and stuff. So really interesting stuff, to be fair. So, but yeah, I mean, getting out, walking, fresh air, absolutely brilliant. So I've got a question here. Since you've been here, it's been a few months now. So, what have you found out of everything that that's been sort of talked to you by the guys over in the workshop? What have the guys in the workshop taught you that you found the most interesting part, or the thing that you thought wasn't possible that you've learned to do, and it's like, wow, I really didn't realise that.
Definitely changing the colour of leather and the lacquers that go onto it, the different types of lacquers that you can get, matte gloss, you know, the silk balms and stuff like that. It just makes feel the leather completely different. You can change it whenever you want. Yeah. And I never realised that going to colour mixing, you can just take it off the leather, put it back on whatever colour you want. You can mix it up if you want, you know, you can do different patterns, whatever, and all of it just looks sleek. Matte if you want a matte, like solid finish, it looks unreal. You never really know what goes into it, especially with the colour mixing. Like once you get used to it, it's hard. That's one thing I'll say. The colour mixing is very, very hard.
It's the hardest part of the job, without a shadow of a doubt. It's not an easy part. It's the colour mixing.
The repair part though. You get used to it. I ain't done too much stuff. I'm not currently working with people in the workshop doing it, but I'm looking forward to learning more.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd certainly be good to get more involved with that. Definitely, I mean, it's like people don't realise. You've got like a white leather skin, and you can change it to any colour you want. And it's surprising how many people out there they're like, you sort of say to them, you obviously don't get pink cows, or sort of like yellow cows or anything like that, or sky blue cows, and it's like, no, actually you don't. It suddenly dawns on that you don't have like these funny coloured cows walking around fields. So obviously, it makes it known that it is actually painted leather. So it's, and they actually get to then understand that the leather is painted. Obviously, with most leather, it's obviously aniline dyed and then painted through. So that people don't realise that it is a painted finish that's on there.
It's like that whole slideshow showing with the goats. Was it goats on the trees?
Yeah.
That thing blew on that. I'm pretty sure it would.
Yeah, all the goats in Morocco and stuff. Yeah, getting exactly. all the fruit and stuff out of the trees, because obviously they use all the natural parts of the trees for the veg tannins and stuff like that. So I mean, it's a really interesting thing. So there's just so much involved with leather, though. I mean, we've got so much to sort of learn with it all, and there's so many other things coming out. It's I think the future of leather is certainly here to stay. That's for sure. And it's even if it's going to more the sort of synthetic side of things. The good thing with the business is all the products have evolved around the synthetic side of the industry. So anything that's synthetic can also be repaired, as with all the sort of vinyl adhesion promoters and things like that, and all the vinyl products and things. And obviously there's stacks more new products coming out in the pipeline that we're not going to mention here. They're sort of to come out, which is going to be some surprises.
It's exciting though. Very
exciting. Oh yeah, what we've got coming out is very, very, very exciting. There is some amazing things coming out, and we've got some amazing sort of different products that we've had sort of like in the sort of cleaning, not chemicals, but this is particular products. So I've got to be very careful what I say before I give out too much information. Some products that we've got made, which are innovative products. They are market-leading products in our industry that nobody is using. They put us in an extremely strong, powerful position with our industry, and it's just, to me, it's a natural thing to do. Why nobody's ever thought of it, I don't know, but these particular products that we've got, are going through all the design stages at the moment for the packaging, and all the branding's being got ready, and we're going to be launching those hopefully in the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks. But they are some quite spectacular things that look so luxurious, but they're just they're very reasonably priced. They're quite cheap compared to what we're with what we're selling at the moment. They're very competitive with what we're selling, but they are some really awesome products, and I'm really looking forward to them hitting the market, because they are going to blow people away. These two particular products that we know about, that we'll just leave it there with the excitement with people, and let them ask us questions and try to find out. They'll find out in due course. So it's it's great fun with what we've got that's coming out, and how the company's all transforming and stuff like that. And obviously you being a lot younger than myself, and obviously it's our vision to see what you think of the business's sort of future and how it's progressing and transfer. Because obviously the ultimate goal here is you're the general manager, and the ultimate goal is you're going to be the managing director of the business, and come to the forefront of the company as we sort of get older and older, and retire. For Christ, don't know whether I'll be doing that. I'll have to still come in and crack the whip now and then, I suppose. But you've got to get to that point where you've got to start to enjoy your life as well. I mean, yeah, we enjoy our life, but I mean, getting you in a nice sort of new person, young, fresher ideas.
It will be stress for you as well, won't it?
Yeah, it's going to relieve a lot of stress for us. And then obviously you can then get people in, like we've now got you in as our general manager. You can then get people in when it gets to that stage as managing director, to get people in to be your general manager and lighten the load for you then at that stage. So I'm going to say with all the, we've got new staff starting and that we're going through all these interviews and things, and there's more office staff and things coming in and more production staff coming in to help with the workloads that we've got. But, future of the business, it's obviously, there's a couple of things that's changed, as you already know, with one of them, the logo, but where do you see the future of the business going, with like getting it into houses and stuff like that?
I think we're going to be all over the world. I can't tell you how long it'll be. It could be short, it could be long, but at the end of the process, when I get to your stage, I want to see it, every person's house, even if it's cloth, a liquid, the product, even a leather chair that we repaired, they can just look at it like leather repair.
Yeah, leather repair. Yeah, that's the vision. It has been my vision from the beginning. Forming the company all these years ago. Is to have LRC in every house in the world, in every country in the world, literally. And it's really good to see that you've got that same, that you want that vision that we've got. And that was without even us. When you first came here, your vision was this could be a household brand name. And that's exactly what you said to me, and it's one of the reasons why we got you in here in the first place. But I mean, there's a lot of things changing. I mean, obviously you're a lot younger minded than me.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to have a lot younger, sort of fresher, brighter, more modern ideas, and we've got some things that's coming up. Obviously, the logo's changed, and that's obviously the start of many things. Which you can explain the start of the many things that's coming up with what we're changing.
Yeah, we're changing the whole website. We're kind of adapting it to the future generation, if you would say. The brochures, the labels, the gift cards that we hand out in every package, they're all just changing, and when people see them like leather repair company, they're going to recognise it straight away, and they're going to want to come back. The logo's intriguing, it's got a story behind it, so people want to look into that, and when they do, they'll realise how good the leather is.
Yeah, and it's good that the new logo that we've had designed, which you've obviously helped greatly with the acceptance of that design that the guys have done, that Lewis has done for us at the design studios and things. Phenomenal company there that's done that for us.
Yeah,
and it's just the concept behind it that they've got for us for the future, for the vision and the future of the company as it expands with that logo, rather than just being a solid triangle. Now it's got all the curvature edge to it, so
it's got layers, haven't it?
Yeah, you've got the layers, which is obviously, that again is something more intriguing, which will come to life as things go down the line, and people will understand the layers behind the logo. And the logo is going to offer such a great deal of sort of differences to it, as with the sort of things that you've got planned, that we've agreed on, and that you've planned with us for the future of our business. And it's, to me, it's looking, the future is looking even better and brighter than ever before, with having you involved, with it being a young, more invigorating, much more, whereas me sort of like more of a dinosaur stuck in my old ways. You sort of get stuck in your ways with a business.
Sometimes you don't want to change, do you?
No, change is very, very difficult. It's almost like letting go. I mean, it took me many, many years before I actually employed somebody to do repairs, because I would never ever let anybody do them, because it was always like, it's my baby, and it's almost like having a child. You don't ever want them to leave home. It's a very difficult thing to let go of. And it's almost like it's my baby. Do I want to let go? And it's like Carolyn again. We're doing all the sort of admin side of things, and it's like struggling, and it's like keep trying to persuade you must get more people in, which we're getting more people in.
You have to try new things. See if it works, and if it doesn't, you fall back and then try it again.
Of course you do. Yeah, it's like with anything. It's like I've always said, the word impossible. The word isn't impossible. It spells I'm possible, and everything is possible. You just got to find that solution. Some things you're going to fail at, some things you're going to win at, and if you can't learn from your failures, then there's no point being in business. Because if you make a failure, you've got to learn from it. That's the whole idea of a failure. And I've had many of those throughout my life, with businesses collapsing and stuff like that, and it's not something that I'm embarrassed about. I'm actually proud of them. And I'm proud of where we've come from, and I'm proud of where we're going and where we are today. And it's a journey, absolutely. And I mean, my journey has never changed. My journey and my vision from the beginning was to have franchises all around the world of our detailing business that we had, 30 odd years ago. but we haven't now got detailing franchises around the world. We've got leather repair company franchises around the world. So it's slightly evolved as the whole concept of the business. So instead of having detailing franchises, we've now got leather repair company franchises around the world. So it's the same thing. We just got a franchise, just a different concept of the business. So the detailing has gone into leather, and we still do the detailing, but we're still involved in cars, obviously, because we're still detailing the interior. So it's the same sort of thing. It's just a bigger picture to it. So it's quite a good concept. But what sort of things do you think? Obviously, the website, it's going to be quite a transition, but especially with the design that the guys are using. And it's just, I think it's more like you've said. You want this to be a much easier process for clients. So I mean, it's that easier journey that you want them to have. Which I really love that sort of concept that you want. That sort of ease of, as you put it, it's like click on a product, buy it, pay for it. It's like click it, pay for it. It's almost like an Amazon, click and buy.
And it'll bring them back. They don't want to fuss around finding a new website, click around many different tabs and not be able to find the product they want. Type it in, get the product, buy it, and then they'll want to come back.
Exactly, and it's like your idea with the vision of the, we've obviously got the retail and the trade site, and obviously it's a bit frustrating for distributors and stuff like that at the moment because we have to sort of manually do all the invoices and log it in. And it's like you've said, look, hey guys, come on, this is bloody simple. You're being stubborn here with having all these different websites. You've got traffic going to all these different directions. Put it on one huge website, on this one mega site. Have these separate logins that a trade person can't see, a franchisee can't see, and a distributor can't see. And they log in. So once a distributor logs in, they can see their prices. Once a trade person logs in, they can see their prices. And when a franchisee logs in, they can see their prices. But obviously, a distributor can't see a franchisee's price, which is what your idea is with it all. And I absolutely love that idea, and it's brilliant. So that's what we're going with. It's a huge, huge investment, but I think it's like everything. It's the whole thing's changing, and I just love the fresh ideas that you're putting into it.
You've got to adapt.
Yes.
You've got to adapt to what the current situation is. And I think bringing a younger generation into that, it'll help 100%. The whole simplicity, some people say you don't need simplicity, but I think you do. The whole complexity of stuff, it can confuse people sometimes, so you bring that into your company, and I think you'll make progress 100%.
Yeah, definitely. I think the simplicity side of it is definitely what we need. I think it's like you said, it's change, and I think we've got stuck in our ways over the years, where we've sort of built a website. The business is we knew it was going to grow, but we didn't realise it could grow quite so big so bloody quickly when we actually did it. I mean, it wasn't until, 10, 15 years ago that we really gave the company a kick up the arse, and it was at that point when we didn't realise how quick it would grow when we gave it a kick up the backside. And it's sort of, the website evolved from there, and it's never been right since, really, in all fairness, and it's always had this frustration for clients because it's never really evolved and been a up-to-date website, and it's poor design management and stuff like that from the guys that did the design on it for us that were which sadly we had in-house. It's just one of those things, another story, but again we've learned from it and we've moved forward. But we were sort of like trying to sort of make good of a bad situation, which just made it worse and worse and worse. So obviously thinking, let's just trash the website, which we're going to do very shortly, which is, to me, it's like a very big panic situation, because I'm like, Christ alive, these guys are going to trash my website, which is where our bread and butter comes from, and start again. And I'm like absolutely bricking it, thinking, Jesus Christ, what are these guys doing? They're going to but it's again, it's like you said, it's letting go, and I've had to learn to sort of trust the guys behind it, with yourself and Lewis and Lewis's design team, and it's just trusting everybody's judgment that has got this more modern view to it than what we've got. And I'm absolutely loving the looking forward to the future. What we've seen, it's looking absolutely brilliant. Definitely. It's like we say, we're gonna, the whole world's gonna be totally leathered, isn't it? At the end of the day,
we want to continue to grow, don't we? Every country there's leather repair.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I can't wait for the day when you can start flying around the world and seeing these people like we are at the moment. So, we've got so many countries to visit that's come on board during the pandemic in particular. And we've got all these guys to go and see. But I mean, I can't wait for that day when you're out there doing that, flying around the world, seeing all these clients, seeing all the old clients, seeing all the new clients. And you know, training all these guys and taking over the courses and sitting back and watching and saying, yeah, I helped that guy, you know, I helped this business get where it is today, and now look at how he's turned it and transformed it into this mega global corporation, you know, and that is what I'm really looking forward to you doing, because I mean, that to me is just what we need, it's the future. So yeah, it's been really good. So I can't wait. Obviously, as I say, this is episode 2 of the podcast. It's going to be absolutely brilliant seeing what other interviews we've got coming up for the podcast, and we've got some amazing people we're going to be interviewing, and hopefully you'll be able to do some interviews yourself. Maybe you can interview me one day. That'll be an interesting one. But we're definitely not going to start talking about what I do on a weekend. You know, leather kilts and things, and but that, mind you, that could be my mate up at GM Details in Scotland. So Graham. So yeah, I think he's more into his leather kilts, and I've seen his bench he sits on. Yeah, but hey, we won't go there with that one, I can tell you now. So that's everything for today, folks. We hope you've enjoyed this interaction with me, Richard, at the Leather Repair Company, and Kurtis, our General Manager. And as I say, he is going to be the man that's going to be the forefront of the business and take it over eventually. Don't worry, guys, I'm not going to shit. I know there's a lot of you out there going, you know, cheering and clapping and, you know, applauding and stuff like that, but, you know, it ain't going to happen. So, you know, there you go. I can hear your, you know, you're all clapping again, aren't you? So, yeah, stop it, guys. I ain't going that quick. But, you know, Kurtis is going to be taking it all over, and eventually, you know, might be 10 years, 15 years down the line, but, you know, it'll be a long time, you know, before he gets to that stage. I mean, because he wants to make sure that he's right and he knows everything. So it's not something we're going to rush into. You can't rush into this sort of thing. It's like a good friend of mine said, it's like, don't advocate. It's like pass it all on. So, you know, sort of like be dedicated to your team, which is what we are, and, you know, pass it on rather than sort of abdicating immediately. You know, sort of like delegate rather than abdicate. You know, which is the correct sort of term that I was looking for, which is a good friend of mine said to me. And that's exactly what we're doing. You know, we're delegating rather than abdicating at this stage. And eventually, you know, probably when I'm dead and he's putting me in a box and burying me, that's the time that I guess I've got to check out and leave the world of leather. So thanks very much, guys, and cheers, Kurtis.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem at all. It's going to be a great future. So thank you very much indeed. You know, we're really looking forward to the future. Thank you very much.